it's so simple. In order to keep, again, that same comment I was making, which I heard a lot of today, the idea of keeping the line going and not laboring, not sitting on long notes. It's really easy in this one, beautiful dreamer, to settle on those long notes. And I did hear that baritones have a tendency to just enjoy too much, not really sustain and help the lift of those phrases to make them work. So we all came up in the second song. I saw your eyes. More fun, more energy, more flow. I put down good energy. Be careful that you don't rush. I had a feeling that it got going so much that we lost.
Your feeling is correct, sir.
We lost the ability to stay in control, you know. And so we ended up, the sync was not as tight. Basses and baritones hanging behind a little bit. Balancing the tempo with the ability to sustain the control is always, how fast can we take it before it gets out of, holy buckets, I hope I make it, rather than, boy, we can really sing the snot out of that at a good up tempo. So that needs to just watch a little bit more. But that's also the performance moment, and it's kind of tough to make that when you're on stage and the I was going to say the hormones are going crazy, when the adrenaline is going crazy. Huh? So, you can direct it?
Yeah.
That's great, that's great. Let's do a little bit of Beautiful Dreamer. I would, any questions that you guys have before we get started? Anything, 57, 59, 60 for us.
Get into your chorus positions quickly, and then let's close it in. Guys on the end, work your way in towards the middle. We're missing a few guys. We have a couple guys that are in another chorus as well. Okay? So bring it on in. Good. Okay.
What would you like to hear first? Let's do Beautiful Dreamer.
Okay. Good starts.
Beautiful Dreamer?
Yes.
Beautiful dreamer, wake unto me.
One more time. Good. Second half of that phrase really blossomed nicely. Okay? Now, how can we make that beautiful dreamer, beautiful dreamer, beautiful dreamer, wake unto. Can you lift leads as you come down? Baritones, you got the same issue. Beautiful dreamer. It wants to drop, and somehow you have to motivate a lift in that phrase. Do that one more time. Just try and keep that lift in it and see what happens. I love the end of the phrase. That was super.
Beautiful dreamer, wake unto me. Starlight and dewdrops are waiting for thee. Sounds of the rude world heard in the day, lulled by the moonlight, have all passed away.
Thank you. Very nice. That's really starting to lift on the phrase, and maybe there was less of that on stage. I'm not really sure, but that's what I was hearing. That's what improved, and that's really quite a bit better.
You have a better director.
Well, be sure to tell Jack.
Yeah. It's all right. Why do you laugh? Oh, no. Jack, I'm sorry.
You heard that, Jack, didn't you?
Now, what I would like to reinforce the breath thing along with what you're doing. I would like you, as much as you can, to, when you take your breath, I would like you to do it in the same manner that you were singing, and you probably heard this a ton before. I would like you to image a little more backspace not color, but beautiful dreamer, wake unto me, sorrow.
Starlight.
Instead of starlight, I would like starlight. What I'm getting, guys, is the sound of each of the vowels after the breath takes a little bit to get back open, okay? And I would like you to try and image yourself as maintaining a breathing, singing passage to whatever you want to call it. And breathe through that same to physical wind up, but we don't want to get up and then land on it. We want it to just sort of breathe and go right back in. So try to image a little more inside space, the same singing space you use, and I don't mind if you move, but I don't want to see any up and down breathing. You started it, I saw more of it, the last phrase was wonderful, you guys, there was no movement at all, which meant that you stayed open, and that's going to keep that same quality of sound all the time. We're just not going to physically let down. Try it one more time.
Start with a good full breath in the correct manner. Ready?
Beautiful dream.
One more time. You're breathing with not much space, guys. So what I'm getting is, instead of beautiful dreamer, feel all that openness and that lift and the height in it, huh? Beautiful dream, and it's going to come right over the top of that thing, okay?
Beautiful dreamer, wake unto me.
The same way now.
Starlight and dewdrops are waiting for thee. Sounds of the rude world heard in the day, lulled by the moonlight, have all passed away.
Good, excellent. This song has so many short phrases, and it's very easy to just get caught up in doing a segment at a time. And that's what makes this song so difficult, both to interpret, but to keep our energy up, because we never challenge ourselves to long phrases. There isn't any here, you know? So it's kind of two-measure phrases, and that's all fine. But if we can somehow manage to keep that whole energy level going through the whole segment of the song, we can really produce good sound as well as telling the story a lot better. And so anything you can do, and we all have, Jack has his way